Yeah. Hopefully this comes out, man. You see my dad bod. Hopefully this comes out. I'm trying to record this on my tablet instead of my other device. I didn't want to talk too long. Just wanted to check in with y'all. Hopefully y'all are doing good, man. Um, I'm doing my best trying to maintain. It's not easy. I'm never gonna lie to y'all. But I'm still holding on to my faith. Um, my faith is with the Most High. I realize that I do have enemies around me, just like the golden child. Chosen ones, just like the movie The Golden Child. A lot of times you'll see, and sometimes you feel yourself discouraged because a lot of times you are surrounded by evil at all times. All right, chosen ones, try to stay encouraged. I know it's not easy, but you will feel that way sometimes because you are surrounded by evil at all times, right? You're surrounded by negative, low vibrating people, negative, vibrational things, um, just negative stuff. Um, Based on the fact that I'm holding so strongly onto my faith because of it's what I have left and what I've been that's been keeping me this whole time. Um, if if I see, and just from my feelings and the things that I've just encountered, um, if you have no intentions of going to heaven and you know you're not going to heaven, I don't want to contact you and I don't want you to contact me. Um, if you don't see yourself existing in a greater realm than this, um, I don't want you to contact me and I won't contact you. I'm done with you. You're done. In my eyes, you're finished. If you don't see yourself as a child of God, I don't want nothing to do with you. All right, and I don't care how much churches you go to, how many church services you go to, how many scriptures you can quote, how many Bible verses you know. I don't want nothing to do with you. A lot of you people are Luciferians and demonic. They said in the last days the church of God will become like the synagogue of Satan. And sadly, this is true because I see it firsthand. If you don't see yourself going to heaven, please do not contact me. I want nothing to do with you. I know before in the past, I did some reactions to some of these videos in regards to what ladies are going through and what ladies are doing right now. I have proven my point. I will no longer be reacting to these videos in which demonic women or demon-possessed women are complaining about men. If you are truly so precious and so important, you would be in the arms of a good man instead of complaining about men on camera. You see, the truth is, good women and women that are truly desirable and women that are righteous, they're not making videos. They're usually married already, enjoying their life with their families and their husbands. But you bitter and angry demonic women, you are the ones making videos. I will no longer be listening or reacting to none of these videos. Um, I don't want to be the next whomever expert, right? Because as soon as you put up a mirror in the sight of some of these women, then you're everything but a child of God, right? All the shaming starts, right? So I'm not gonna be reacting to no more demonic women. And the truth is, a lot of these I know a lot of these guys are doing it for content, but it's a waste of time, and I won't be watching none of it anymore because these women are disgusting creatures. The good women that are out there in the world, I salute you because you're married, you're not complaining, you're not the ones making stupid videos about men. You're raising good children. You're living a righteous life. Um, you are precious and highly favored in the sight of the Most High. I salute you. The rest of you women that are demonic, some of y'all are actually demons, fallen angels. Y'all can kick rocks. Y'all can really kick rocks. Yeah, but folks, I'm going to tell you, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. It's hard, man. Living in this dimension, in this some people call a simulation. Some people refer to it as hell. Um, it is being monitored and watched by low vibrating beings. Um, I'm going to give y'all a quick theory on what just by listening to some of these people and please excuse me because when you are utilizing social media now, you must realize that based on that, what is it, the algorithm? I can't even say it. I can't even say the word. Right? Based on what you're interested in watching, right? Um, artificial intelligence, Nephilim, fallen angels, the abbreviation boys, whatever the case may be, wherever you are on the spectrum of being of importance for people to want to watch and monitor you, they're going to put into your feeds things that they want you to watch. And sometimes these people that are in your feeds are not human, or they're artificial intelligence, or it could be a fake video, or it could be just something to get a reaction out of you. It could be just something to upset your spirit, to upset your soul. It could be for any purpose, right? So based on the videos that I've watched, and in regards to um, like Earth being a realm, and this being a prison planet, and then you have your references to the ice wall, and then you have your references to the popular TV show Game of Thrones, where they talk about the ice wall, right? Um, I truly believe that we are in a realm where we are being monitored and watched, where they don't want us to leave. Um, And I think at some point, when you hear about these stories about lands that, what from stories where they call like fictional and fantasy and things of that nature, that the ideas that you would think would be like too far-fetched, I think at one point these places and these actual things existed, right? But they're just not in our direct realm in this ice wall. Before the ice wall, I think that voyagers and travelers um, used to venture past. It probably wasn't an ice wall. It probably was just like a huge mountain barrier, but they had the canals between the mountains. Because keep in mind, these mountains would probably look like skyscrapers to us as we're going through these canals, going into the outer ring in what we know as Earth, right? So back in the days, I believe that these travelers traveled to these different places, and they were given an opportunity, and they survived if they didn't get killed, captured, or whatever the case may be, um, in these foreign lands. and they got a chance to learn different stuff, meet unique creatures, um, and they got the chance to come back to this part of the world or this realm to share these stories and to talk about it. And for it not to seem crazy, they had to then put it out as sci-fi or um, fantasy or fiction, so that it would be more of a creative or an imaginary thing, right? But in reality, these things in these places, they could be real, right? And at some point, um, I don't know who they are. They say the custodians, the Anunnaki. I say Nephilim, fallen angels. They have utilized some type of technology to freeze that mountain range and put ice around it, right? Now that it is now a cold area or a cold place where somewhere you would not want to travel. If it was, say, warm, you probably would take the chance and venture out to some of these places, and you probably want to go see it more. But we do live in a controlled environment, right? And we pretty much, I have to be honest now, I realize it, and as hurtful as it seems, like I say, I know that I'm gonna hold on to my faith because of what's going on. But we are slaves to this part of the world. I don't care where you are. We are all slaves to this system. We know that aliens exist. Um, we know that the cloning technology is real. Um, we know that corruption is something that we just have to live with and we have to be accepting to, right? So we live in a controlled environment, and then based on the need for money and to survive and the fear tactic, right? Um, these foreign parties to man or to humanity can then utilize the greed in the hearts of people to say, hey, if these people act out of line, shoot them. If these people don't do what I say, I want you to go over there and unalive them. I should have said pew pew because YouTube is so weird, right? But this is the things that are being done to utilize fear, right? Um, I remember when people that I know tried to set me up, um, the first thing they used to say to me was that if you don't listen or you don't cooperate, I'm going to get the people to pew pew you, right? To just instill fear. And that's why I realized if this alien thing is real, um, these fallen angels or Nephilim, they really do feed off of fear, misery, death. Um, they do. They feed off of the bad things that happen to humanity. People have been going missing since I was a kid. I remember when I was a kid, I used to go to the supermarket. Um, what was that? I think that chain was called Pathmark, and they used to have all these missing. They were like missing people. You'd be like, man, there's a lot of people missing. And some of them be missing for like a few weeks, a few months, a few days, and then some of them will be like missing for years. And then they would put people on milk cartons. They don't do that stuff anymore. But then you wonder, like, where are these people going, right? And then they they introduce these things to you as fantasy, and then they make it so popular now that it will go right over your head. So vampires are real. People that drink blood are real, right? So now they've made it like a subculture now. Like people are like into vampires, and to the point where you see people trying to become vampires. They put on the makeup, going back to the Nephilim and the fallen angels. My people, be careful. All right, they put on the makeup, looking like a clown. And I've seen some videos where they say that clowns. That's why there's a fear for clowns. I forgot what the terminology. There's an actual terminology for it. The fear for clowns. And I think that this goes back to your fallen angels and to your Nephilim, right? But people go missing and they're never found. Um, do I believe vampire exists? Of course I do. I told you guys I've seen them. I've seen them firsthand. I've seen them when I was in Egypt. Um, do I believe reptilians are real? Yes, I've seen them. As I say, people, we're going into a very, very interesting time now where you're going to see them for what they are. And pretty soon they cannot hide. That's going to be the part where it's going to be fear. That is when you're going to have your reset. That is when they're going to have to change society, because once they cannot hide and they want to be accepted, they're going to bring great changes to the planet, right? Because they still want to have dominion over you. They enjoy the control over you. Remember, you are not just an organic food source. You are also an energetic food source to them as well. Folks, as much as you don't want to admit it, you know a lot of your celebrities are not human. They live off of you for attention, for money, for for food. I hate to say it. These people are not human. You guys know it in your heart and your soul. You know these people are not human. But once they cannot hide and disguise themselves anymore, this is when your whole alien agenda stuff is going to come into play. This is when your mark of the beast stuff is going to come into play. This is when your social credit system is going to come into play. This is when your confinement, concentration camps are going to come into play. Um, the great unaliving of people. You're going to accept the Luciferian Nephilim fallen angel agenda, or you will be unalived, you will be perished. You will either be starved out of society, you will be shamed out of society. You cannot buy or sell anything unless you accept the fallen angels and Nephilim agenda. You understand? This will it will be a reset. It will be people gonna have to learn how to survive, right? They have the power to cut off the internet, cut off cell phones, cut off the information stuff, cut off the power. They could throw us into the Stone Age right now if they want to. Bam. Unless you got like solar powered stuff or a generator or whatever the case may be. But if you're vulnerable, they can just throw us into the Stone Age right now. Right? If too much people wake up, they'd be like, all right, cut everything off. Right? And then they'll just sit back and watch and have society tear each other apart. We already don't get along because of racism, sexism, socialism, all type of isms. We already don't get along. So they will just sit back and watch us just annihilate each other. And this would be your reset. They put this information out in the movies already. They don't put this stuff in the movies just for play. They're telling you what they plan on doing. They're showing you what they're doing step by step. We've watched technology being placed in movies, and then years later watch it being utilized by us in society in modern times. Some people call it predictive programming, but it's real. They're telling you what they're doing. And like I said, based on some cosmic thing, um, what the Most High said, they have to tell us what they're doing. They have to show us what they're doing. Right? And then are you going to be a willing participant in it? Are you going to be willing to take the mark of the beast? Are you going to be willing to sacrifice your soul? Will you give up your soul to survive in this matrix? Do you want to see heaven? Do you want to go to hell? Stuff like that. Do you want to see earth become hell? Right? Is this a big science experiment? Is God testing all of our souls? Do you see yourself as a good person? And then when you start to wake up, right? Once you stop taking the poisons, and then you can start to see the demons walking around you, will you be able to control yourself? Like people that I know are literally demonic. I have to control myself not to lash out and act crazy, right? So that they don't try to unalive me or to try and put me in some crazy house or some crazy lab or put you in prison and things of that nature, right? Because if you can see them, I'm gonna say this: if the veil drops from your eyes, this is for entertainment and educational purposes only. I got to say that, all right? But if the veil drops from your eyes and you start to see them, right? Don't act crazy. Don't act crazy. All right? Just chill. Just play the game. If you can avoid them, avoid them. All right? I told you what I'm doing with my neighbors. I don't really talk to them like that no more. I just keep it moving. I got to control myself. All right? I know that these people are not human. I know that they are demonic. Some of them are Satanists. Some of them are Luciferians. Some of them are cannibals. They told you about the Canaanites and all that. These people are believing into all type of sick stuff. They're pedophiles and child molesters and child unalivers. It's real, folks. This stuff is real. And it's very, very, very scary. But I got to hold on to my faith. I got to hold on to the Most High. Um, I'm not going to lose my faith. Um, I'm encouraged. And I just want you guys to be encouraged too. I would just say be safe and keep your head low. If you do start to sense things, like your senses are going to be increased, I would just say keep some of that thing, keep it to yourself. All right? Stay protected as long as you can. All right? Because there is going to come a time when they're going to force their ways on you. When they can't hide from the public no more, they're going to force their ways on you. All right? It will be like Nazi Germany all over again. And I mean a lot worse. But it will be global. It won't be isolated to one or two places. It will be a global thing. Right? Because these entities, these things, humanity, with the help of the Most High and the guardian angels and the archangels and all that's good throughout the cosmos, will have to help humanity fight against the evils of this world. Humans, we will probably have to fight for our lives. We'll probably have to fight for our souls. Many of us will perish. To be free to come up under these low vibrating entities, these aliens, these demons, whatever the case is, we will probably have to ask the Most High to help us fight in this war against them. I didn't want to talk too long. Hope everybody's doing good. Stay encouraged. Like I said, keep your head low. Um, And just be careful, man. Continue to play the game. We're in some type of ice wall prison. Um, Corruption now. We can see it for ourselves. We don't have to lie anymore. We don't have to pretend like we don't see it. Right? Um, Use discernment. Clones are real. The robotic age is improving every day. It's just a matter of time. I don't want to lie to y'all. I see the future being worse and worse and worse. It's not getting better and better and better. It's going to get worse and worse and worse because they feed off of your misery, your pain, everything negative throughout the cosmos. That's what these entities feed off of. Because if the world was meant to get better, things would be better now. But if scripture is accurate, things are going to get worse. Many people are going to perish. Many people are going to be unalive. People go missing and we still cannot tell you where those people are. These people are vampires, they're cannibals, they are low vibrating entities, they're demons, they are fallen angels, they are against everything that is good, they're against everything that is godly and holy. They want to make this third dimensional realm hell. All right, I want to talk too long. Peace. Be encouraged. Stay safe. Take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you. It's the kid.